So, this is the 5th time recording. I'm not starting again. Let's jump into it. This is day 4 of video 4 of starting a non-linear business. The feedback that I had, as you can see, was quite a bit of it, and it was really good. People wanted a regular time for uploads, so they could watch a video each day and see me grow. And I wanted to avoid this at the start. The reason why was, if I uploaded 5 videos for day 4, you then got to see the progress, so you'd see it quite frequently. The issue with that is it doesn't help people see the journey. I can just say it's day 4 and then upload it later. So I'll start to preload videos where possible and you'll be able to see them. One of the other things that really helped was having the video. It helped people have rapport. And then from the feedback, people wanted me to write bigger. So when I put myself into the video, it meant all the writing got smaller. So you'll see I'm testing it out. I've got feedback, I'll see how it goes. And that's size 50, pretty easy to read. I'm going to write bigger so the video is good. And then I will also write bigger. And that's all really good feedback, which helped quite a lot. Now, let's go over to the financials, because I've got a little bit of confession to make. Not a huge one, but it's there. My business is functionally dead. I spent some money today on stuff that didn't matter, didn't build any profit, and still have no one paying for anything. Sure, expect it. But what that means is I spent $10 on a iPad paper-like cover. So when I'm writing on the iPad, it feels more like the Remarkable. And so that costs $10. Which means for a grand total, my business is negative $26. Fine, not an issue. It's $10. However, it is important to point out that it's easy to feel productive when you're spending money, even though it's not doing anything for your business. That $10 cover doesn't matter, doesn't help the business grow, maybe gives me a slightly better experience, but in the grand scheme of things, meh, business probably didn't need it. Another perfect example, my phone, which is not this one, but my phone doesn't connect via USB anymore, which means that it takes hours to upload stuff. Internet's not the best. And what I'm doing now is I'm using my partner's phone to record. Probably better recording. You can see it's quite late at night. I'll test out day versus night, just so I don't keep everyone up. And what that means is, whilst it is easy to spend money, make sure you're not spending it to feel productive. Make sure if you do spend it, you are being productive. So just always look at what you're spending, and most things can be done a lot leaner than you think. And keep that in mind, because I've seen way too many people feel productive. Example, I want to draw. Apple Pencil, iPad, drawing books. Whilst it does look like this is me, I've seen it with other people as well, but then they don't do a lot with it. You can just use the pen and paper, and there's YouTubes on there for free. I think Draw with Jazza was the one that I was looking up forever ago. So have a bit of a think about how you can do it without spending a cent, especially if you want to run a lot of hypotheses and a lot of tests. If it's $1,000, it's $1,000. But if you want to run 50 hypotheses or tests in a year, that's 50k. That starts adding up. Not the end of the world, especially if you're bringing in money, but make sure you know how much you're burning so it can actually be worth it. Now, on top of all that, I think the highest burning priority, and I'm actually quite comfortable with this, is regular videos. So what I'm going to do is, over the next week, I'm going to try and get out enough of a buffer so that I can actually take a breather, still grow with my videos. I'll still probably try and record multiple in a day, but it takes the pressure off me. It means that I can actually focus, do a bit more research. But most importantly, and this is where I'm thinking, is why are regular videos my burning priority? First one, a little bit of tongue in cheek, because I've got 1 subscriber. Thank you very much. And I got someone else who's watching him, but I'm pretty sure they don't have a YouTube account. And essentially, they're my paying customers. Now, sample size is small. I get that. But they are paying customers. That's what it comes down to. Now, regular videos also helps me with service delivery. And what I really like about that is, if you were to look at it, these two parts are all any business ever has. Everything else is noise. Big business, small business. Like, it doesn't matter. Without one of these, your business is dead. So you need paying customers and you need service delivery. Very easy for the wheels to fall off if you are not paying attention to one of them. So regular videos I really like because it allows both of those to happen in quite quick succession, low cost, allows me to build it, and allows me to grow. So this is actually really good because last episode I was saying how I was going to tell you about the newsletter and why I've changed to YouTube to some extent. And it's all about the feedback from paying customers and the service that you're providing. So in product management, you want to be engaging with your customers as much as possible. So the newsletter, really happy with how it's going. Issue 1 still isn't out. It's what, 2-3 weeks? Life happens, but time doesn't stop. So 2-3 weeks, nothing's come out. These videos came about from a chat that I had with a friend. And so one of the things is, he was saying how he thinks the newsletter's a distraction and it's going to stop me from getting engagement as quickly as I can. And I fought him a little bit because I've been working hard on the newsletter, but what do you notice? This is version 1 of the newsletter. And so there's a lot there, and there's a lot that you can refine. I'll show you the latest version. And it's like things like having articles or podcasts and all that and videos. It's fine. I don't have any issue with that. Once newsletter 1's out, then I can get more feedback from people. But in having the videos, one of the things that I can do is I can have so if you have a look at this, you've got all my drafts. You can see when was that last updated? Oh, a while ago, like call that 2 weeks ago. So each YouTube that I do can be a chunk. It could be something like why linear thinking fails in complex systems. And that allows me to get all this content out. And most of the other stuff is just things that get updated regardless anyway. So it's got to be a 5-minute read. And making concise information takes longer than rambling. So the newsletter, 3 weeks in, really happy with how it's going. Like, the graphics are great. The graphics will grow, but I'm happy with where they're at. And it's the kind of thing where that's just an ideation of brainstorming of how I want to put your competitive edge. But what it means is, every single day I send it out to people and get updates. But what it means is, with a YouTube, I can send it to people. And if it's 10 minutes long, they'll still watch it potentially. If it's 2 minutes long, that's even better. So what that means is I've got quicker engagement. I'm getting quicker feedback. A lot of the template of what I did with this was, it'll work for every newsletter, or it even works for the YouTube. That's no issue. Don't mind that. That's just a spider. But what it is it allows that quicker engagement. And if we go back to what we were talking about, service delivery and paying customers, the YouTube allows me to engage with people at a quicker level. The only thing that I can think about that is quicker is Twitter or X or something like that, where you can get that rapid feedback. Now, X isn't where I'd shine. Person to person is where I do really well. Generally pretty good at building rapport. And so the YouTube has actually required significantly less time than the newsletter. Like what? This is the fifth take. At what? 10 o'clock, 11 p.m. at night? Still quicker than the newsletter. I'll be able to get it out. I'll be able to get people to look at it. And then tomorrow, if I want, I can try and knock out a few episodes. But really think about how much time you dedicate to one of these, being paying customers or being service delivery. Think about how you can do it quicker. And that's not saying the newsletter's bad. The YouTube's going to feed into the newsletter's going to feed into the podcast. All three are going to feed into the businesses that I have. Don't know what they are. Have a rough idea, but we'll see. And so take it as it comes, but really look at your systems and say, I wonder if I could have done that quicker, or what's something that I can test. So I'll leave you on that note and let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much.